I hate the fact that people wait till their kids are 18. If you're miserable when your kid's 7, bounce.
Good people just grow at completely different speeds or just like in completely different ways. And it's okay. Like your growth isn't something you have to apologize for. Outgrowing a relationship doesn't mean you're selfish or ungrateful. It's like you're just human. That's what happens. There's no attraction or chemistry left. This is more common than women admit, because we're conditioned to be grateful for someone who treats us well. But intimacy is a core part of a partnership for most people.
And then, this is the scary version, when we figure out how to fulfill it ourselves, you're because now we're done with you.
So am I the only one who absolutely hates being single? Because I've been single for a year now, and it sucks. I'm not for the streets. I'm wife material. I'm not. This isn't fun. I don't like it.
Where do you find men? That is the number one question I receive on a daily basis by single women ever since I started sharing my single life or my dating life or etc.
Like a lot of men just don't talk to me. They'll stare at me, right? They'll think of me, but they don't talk to me. They don't approach me.
I've given up talking to women. I think the stat is 45% of men ages 18 to 25 have never asked a girl out in person.
Where are the men? Who is holding them hostage? Please set them free. I am begging you.
This is what happens when you spend a decade punishing men for being men. Women told men to leave them alone, and men said, okay. Now suddenly it's, where are the men? Why won't they approach? Ladies, you just got exactly what you asked for.
I have never been in my adult life as chronically single as.
And once again, you have to understand that these modern women really need to take a closer look at the company they keep. You might even, in some of these situations, have the woman and the man doing fantastic. They're doing great, vibing, everything is clicking like it's supposed to. But then she might put in the group chat, I'm so happy, he's taking me here, this, we're going there, he's paying for this. And then somebody in the group chat with their miserable behind is going to find a reason not to like him. And here you are, once again, back at square one, because these modern women, they love you as a friend, but they cannot be happy for you. I can't do it. It's against my code. It's against who I am. So I'm going to actively work to destroy your life. That's how modern women think.
Today we have 2026 strict dating rules for guys. And violation of any of these rules is grounds for immediate termination. We're not playing around this year, guys. We're all down to business. Rule number 1, has a bad day more than 25% of the year. You're gone. What are you sad all the time for? Rule number 2, Miami, Nashville, Mexico trip without you. Safe travels, you're gone. Rule number 3, out on any body of water when she doesn't own a boat. Bon voyage, because whose boat are you on? If it ain't mine. Number 4, any form of Botox, you're gone. Number 5, your phone died and you fell asleep. Cap, you're gone. Ain't no girl letting her phone. They're glued to their hand like it's a part of their body, like they were born with it. So don't believe that this year. Rule number 6, won't block her ex. Blocked and gone. Rule number 7, is or was in a sorority. Self-explanatory. And rule number 8, all her friends are guys. See ya, never. These are strict rules for you guys out here this year. Gonna help you stay safe and get into a better situation if you follow these rules. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. And modern women continue to talk about, and this is why really honestly and truly, they come up with a mental load. You know what? Okay, let's be fair. There are in some relationships, the man is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. The man's not carrying his weight. Fair. Got it. He shouldn't be doing it. He should be actually helping, right? But what they do is they put, instead of being like, okay, I'm carrying 90% of the mental load, but my husband is carrying 90% of the physical load. I got the mental load, he's got the physical. She's expecting the man to come in. She says half, but what she actually means is, I actually want you to carry 70, 80% of the mental load and continue to carry your 90% of the mental load. And when men realize that, that's when they started out opting out.
Sometimes it's not about leaving a bad person. It's just about leaving a relationship that doesn't feel good anymore. There are a lot of valid reasons to walk away from a good guy. And none of them make you a shitty person. Maybe you feel like roommates and you're just coexisting and not really connecting with each other. You've become the caretaker in the relationship and you feel more like a mom than a partner, constantly managing the household, the emotions, the everything. Maybe you lost respect for him because he stopped showing up as an equal. Or maybe you just don't align anymore. Like you don't have the same goals or the same values. Maybe you've been doing the emotional heavy lifting for so long, you're just exhausted. The version of you who chose him just isn't who you are anymore. Leaving him, it doesn't mean that he's got to be some monster. You're just listening to your truth. You're just being honest with yourself. To choose yourself, even when it's super uncomfortable, that takes a lot of courage. And it's not selfish. You can appreciate what you've had, the love that you had, the things that you shared together, and still acknowledge that it's time to move on. It's okay to want more for yourself. And you're brave for not settling, because there are a lot of people that stay in relationships they don't want to be in because they're too afraid to leave.
And you see a lot of these modern women, God forbid a man would ask any questions about what she brings to the table, even if they don't say, well, what do you bring to the table? But modern women, they don't mind getting their questions out. You come to a first date, y'all really don't even get to the first date, to be honest. But let's say you do actually get to the first date. You know, the first question, I'm barely sitting down. You ask me about what my firm size is. You're an entrepreneur? Well, what do you do for work? By the time the appetizers come, so how much is in your bank account? You know, she running his credit score by that time. So everything that he needs to tell you, or you want to know, he got to tell you off rip. We don't even need to get to dinner. We don't even need to get to dinner. And I need to know what you got going on. But if I should ask you, okay, what is it that you do? Huh? If I should ask you, you know, how do you contribute in relationships? What? If you can't see my value, then do I even need to be here? I mean, if that's the way you feel, I guess not.
You can play the same level for decades. It'll never say, what are you, a commitment phobe? You don't want to go to the next level of this video game, the Uber challenge? It's always choice, always choice, always choice. Video game doesn't punish you. Video game doesn't tell you what an idiot you are. Video game doesn't say you're just like your father. They're perfect. Video games are perfect. We have so much to learn from them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Another dynamic, I suppose, I don't know if maybe it is a subtle version of punishing, but it's really just undermining connection, is the withholding of quality information. And I know we've spoken to this a couple times throughout, and just how important communication is fundamentally for a relationship to be well lubricated. But yeah, why is that the case? Why do we withhold quality information?
Well, one is, like, I gotta say something about communication. Yes, most people just flat don't communicate. They think complaining is communication. They think criticism is communication. Most people will do what they call communicating, which is a way to make sure someone else knows how upset they are without being exposed, without being vulnerable. So withholding quality information, actionable information, ways to make a difference, to have an impact, which women don't know. Men are always looking for how to have an impact. And many women are too. We all want to have an impact. If I were to give you actionable information, now I'm exposed. You could take me telling you what I need and use it against me. You could attack it. You now know what to withhold. It's instinctual. It's instinctual to not tell. And part of the instinct, and especially in a productive state of mind, and I learned this from years of listening to men, which I had to learn how to do. There's this thing that men say, there's no point in stating the obvious.
You see a lot of these modern women, They want you to do things on their timeline, how they want you to do it, right? And honestly, a lot of these modern women, they throw words around like he's a narcissist or he's emotionally unavailable. And the guy is just really just trying to date at speed. I mean, God, if the man come up and you know, you're just going fast. Hey man, here's some flowers. Hey, I want to take you out here. But you just saw me a couple of days ago. Oh, okay. I mean, well, I guess we can spread it out. Yeah, let's just slow it down. Let's just slow way down. That's the way y'all talk. But then when a man says, okay, well, let's slow it down. Oh, you're moving too slow. Do you like me or not? Okay, let's do something balanced. Yeah, I don't know. He seemed like he don't seem like he really don't like me. So what is it that you want? I want a man that just knows how I feel. No, that's not going to be me, and that's not going to be any man. Modern women are confused because they don't know what they want.
I do have a boyfriend.
No way.
I'm sorry.
I'm myself.
Day game cold approach rules. Do not be nonchalant. Do be social. You're probably not going to approach that hot girl if it's your first interaction of the day. Warm up first, talk to people, compliment strangers. The guys who skip warm up are the guys who freeze. Do not stop after getting the first number. Do keep going after you get the first number. Just because you get a number doesn't mean it's going to convert. Ride the momentum. The next approach is always easier than the first one. Keep going. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do approach regardless of your mood. You're not always gonna feel confident, and that doesn't matter. However you feel in that moment is enough. Guys who only approach on their good days never build consistency. Do not get the Instagram, do get the number. If you're actually into her, Instagram is a detour. You're just gonna ask for her number on Instagram anyways. Get it in person, skip the extra step. Do not approach her from directly in front of her. Do approach her from a sideways or diagonal angle. Head on triggers fight or flight, which is gonna startle her. Give her brain a second to register that you're approaching. You don't want to jump scare her. Do not treat her like a stranger. Do assume familiarity. Talk to her like she's an old friend you haven't seen in years. The more comfortable you are, the more comfortable she is. Strangers don't exchange numbers.
And the one thing that modern women will continue to do is talk themselves out of help. They'll continue to talk themselves out of assistance. And they'll continue to let their pride and their ego get them in trouble. I don't need no man. I don't want you to take the lead. Get out of my way. I can do it. Or I don't need no man. I don't need you to provide. I can do this, and this. And when a man step back and say, oh, you got it, because that's a man's nature, is a step back. If you told me you got it, that's what I would do with my friends. I'm trying to help you out unless I see you falling over. Then I'm not going to help. Okay, he said he got it. That's a boundary that men don't cross. Not a lot of times. If he say he got it, he got it. I don't think he does, but if he says he got it, he got it. Unless he don't, I can clearly see he don't got it. Modern women are the world's best at continuing to show face, to put on a front. And a man said, I wouldn't have it at this point in time. I think she needs help. But she told me not to help. She told me to leave her alone. I can't really tell if she needs help or not. And even when you can see that that woman clearly needs help, once again, there's been some weird stuff going on with these modern women to where you go and try to help them and they turn on you. So everything that I would have done naturally as a man, I'm second guessing myself because you twisted and turned everything with your bad behavior.
You know what's genuinely stressing me out is the amount of men that don't understand that it is a male's job to pursue. I don't know who you guys are following. I don't know what's going on in the world of men, but you do realize biologically it's your responsibility to pursue a woman. She's not supposed to chase you.
The problem is that all too many women do not know how to let a man pursue her, because what many women want to do nowadays is they want to run from him and they want a man to chase them. And that is not something that men are willing to do anymore, because they have learned time and time again that that is not effective. They do not end up with a woman of their choice when they decide to chase a woman that doesn't want to be with them. The only result in that type of situation is that that man will end up with wasted time, less money, and probably a semi-broken heart. So my best advice for women that want to be pursued is to get in the habit of actually being able to demonstrate to that man that you're interested in him, that you like him. Text him back within a reasonable amount of time. Actually go on that date with him and enjoy it and thank him for it. Drop the crazy expectations, have a positive attitude, and get touchy-feeling with him at whatever level you're comfortable with, but let him know that you like him.
I think modern women get in the habit of asking about good men and how you can find them. But I think, if you really are actually honest with yourself, you'd understand that the good man in a lot of situations was really always there. He's right in front of your face. It's just that a lot of times you don't want to acknowledge it. I've seen street interviews, and you obviously see it in your life where a woman will be describing a man, and the man that she's describing will be right there beside her. Well, I'm looking for this. Oh, but he's a friend and I can't. And she will sit up there for years on end, decades even, mess around with the people that she's not supposed to be messing around with, knowing that these guys are doing her dirty. And then at the end of it, want to go back to the man that's been standing beside her the last 5-10 years and want him to be like, okay, yeah, I've been waiting on you. I mean, you don't think that's disrespectful? No, because I was at a different time in my life then. Y'all got to learn, because y'all be doing it in y'all's life when a job comes, or when a networking opportunity comes, or when somebody says, hey, I want you to get into this business. Okay, I'll do it. And whether it works out or not, y'all jump into it and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work, and y'all try it again and it don't work again. Y'all are getting to all this other stuff. Y'all get tied down to all this other nonsense. But when it comes to the man that you're supposed to be with, oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Why don't you just go out to coffee with him just to see where you're at? I don't know. It might ruin some stuff. And the stuff that you ruined, going and messing around with everybody else, now you want him to fix it. Interesting.
I saw a video of a guy making fun of the phrase, if he wanted to, he would, by saying, actually, not everyone has a trust fund and a platinum Amex. This is precisely what's wrong with modern men. They conflate women asking for effort for women asking them to be rich. If he wanted to, he would has nothing to do with money at all. It's about the fact that if a man really wants a woman, he'll show up emotionally and do whatever it takes to earn that woman. There's a little bit of a double standard. Men will walk around rating women 1 through 10 based on their looks, calling women mid to insinuate that they're not that pretty. They require women to be visually attractive before they pursue her. But let a woman ask a man for effort. Let a woman say, if I'm going to build a future family with you, I need to see that you can show up emotionally for me and provide financial stability for me. Then men are like, oh, you don't love me for me. It's all about money. No. Since the beginning of time, it's been required that men can provide stability for a woman before ever getting access to her. This it should be all about love crap is relatively new and comes from princess stories where the prince is always able to provide. It gets to be all about love when a prince is slaying dragons and providing stability for his princess. You don't need to have a trust fund, babe. You need to be able to show up as a man for the woman you want.
And what's funny is a lot of these modern women will go down a list of things that they expect a man to do. And then they'll be like, oh, if he doesn't do this, then he's getting chopped. Oh, he's getting cut and all that. And so a man might go a couple of weeks, or it used to be months on end, trying to do the things for you, but you're unappreciative of them, is essentially what it comes down to. She might drag a man on doing things, simping for her, basically at that point. It'd be one thing if she was actually reciprocating and she was giving him that same type of energy back or similar, right? At least dump me a bone, do something for me. But she's not doing any of that. And so you got him in there 3-4 months deep doing for you, and you waiting on somebody else to come scoop you up. You hoping that the dude that you actually want gonna come and get you, gonna show you some interest, and he doesn't. And that's how modern women lose their position in dating. They'll try to hold on to somebody else thinking, oh, he gonna be here forever, trying to get this other person. And if I don't get this other person, I still have him over here. And I'll just keep on doing the same thing over and over again until I find somebody that I actually like. And then when it's time for me to break it to them, I'll talk to the group and they'll say some stupid stuff. And well, you know, it was never meant to be. You know, I've been feeling this way over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Lying. You've been feeling this way over the past 3 to 5 years. You just been messing around with me because that other man didn't want you. Now, when you look like you have the opportunity, you're going to run to him. Once again, the problem is you're going to run to him. He's going to pump you, dump you, and he's going to send you on back to me. And you don't want me to handle your foolishness. But I'm not. But that's the way modern women think. I'm going to keep him on the hook, keep him running around and chasing me while I chase this other man. And when after 10 years, that man that I want don't want me, and I'm clear on that, I'm hoping that the man that I kept on putting on the back burner still wants me.
Date to marry, which means you date multiple men until the right one for you bends the knee. And from that place, you don't enter the girlfriend stage. Because when a man asks you to be his girlfriend, he's not actually choosing you. He's not making a real decision. He's not committing to anything long term. He's saying, I want you now. Underneath that, it's let's try this out. Let's see where it goes. It's a maybe. It's just discernment. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be deciding on marriage just after a few months either. But here's where women get it wrong. You don't need the girlfriend stage to figure it out. You don't need to cut off other men who could have been a better fit. Collapse into exclusivity for a maybe, for potential. Start playing house for a man who isn't sure. You can keep dating him, observing, and choose the right man for you. The right man will separate himself without needing a test run. Because you are not here to be tested. You are high league. You are dating for marriage. But this isn't handled by just telling a man you're dating for marriage. There's a very specific way to communicate this at the right time in the right way that positions you correctly, authentically, and in alignment with the right partner. Without that, it either comes off as a tactic or completely misunderstood. Because this isn't about what you just say. It's about what you're available for from the start. If you're ready to learn how to actually do this and learn my exact framework to skip the girlfriend stage, comment skip.
You know, I think another thing that men are realizing is that modern women really they're not actually real. I mean, I know we have catfishing, and a lot of times that refers to the physical appearance of somebody, but you also have to look at the personality of who they are, right? A lot of these modern women put out an aesthetic. Well, I do this, or I'm this, I'm that way. And they say what they do, even on their profile. But then you actually get in real life and you see that they're a little bit different person. Sometimes it's not like, oh, they're toxic, yada, yada, yada. It's just that you're not really the person that you said that you were, or, you know, you kind of led somebody to believe in your dating profile, right? And sometimes it can become maintenance for the dude. You know, modern women want you, so they'll say a certain thing because that's what they want to do, which is fine. But sometimes you're just not there. You got to work to get there. But you as a man, she says she's on board with you, but you're actually coming into her plan. You're actually doing the things, living the life and all that stuff, talking and speaking and dressing how she wants you to dress. So whenever she's saying all that online, you're gonna have to get in line with that and maintain that. If we need a car, if we need to go get a certain type of coffee every day. Oh, I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks is so last year. Let's go to Pete's Coffee or Dutch Bros or something like that. Oh, we don't shop at Walmart. We only go to Target. You know, that type of stuff. So she can tell her friends, this is the lifestyle that I live. But that's not really you. This is another element that men have to deal with. You might be cute, but the way that you handle yourself is fake.
What if there was an opener that made getting rejected impossible? Well, there is. I've been gatekeeping it for a long time because it has literally never failed me. And maybe I'm an idiot for sharing this publicly, but it's too good to keep to myself any longer. So use it while it still works. The worst part about approaching isn't always rejection. Sometimes it's the humiliation and embarrassment. Standing there looking like an idiot, regretting why you ever opened your mouth while she tells you she has a boyfriend. But what if there was a slightly manipulative way that you could find out if she had a boyfriend before you ever even put yourself in that situation? So walk up to any girl and say, I think I know your boyfriend. And then just wait. And if she has a boyfriend, she'll probably be like, oh, really? How? And then you can gracefully exit with, oh, never mind. I think I was thinking about the wrong person, without ever having to deal with rejection. But if she's single, she'll immediately correct you and say, I don't have a boyfriend. And now you know she's available. And you've got her engaged in the conversation. And here's the genius part. You skipped the whole awkward, are you single question that makes you look desperate. And instead, you assumed she was taken, which makes you look way less thirsty. I've used this opener so many times because it is so overpowered. The worst case scenario is you just politely excuse yourself. And the best case scenario, she just told you she's single and now you can make your move. I need you to save this so you can show your grandchildren the opener that helped you meet their grandmother.
And modern women are wanting men to continue to kind of do whatever you've been doing, right? There's going to be days as a woman that I'm off. I don't feel like it, on my period, whatever it might be. But I'm expecting you during those days to just continue on, to just be steady, just be my rock. The problem is, it's great. I appreciate you thinking of me in that way. It's just sometimes I, as a man, need a rock as well. I, as a man, am not strong all the time, but that's what you're expecting. And if I'm not strong all the time, then all of a sudden you online and you in my face talking sideways, saying that you can't respect me any longer. When really I just got tired. And like a normal human being, I have the same problems, or maybe even worse problem. My problems are even worse than yours, right? A lot of times modern women, what they do, especially when they come into a relationship fully and totally, is try to dump all of their problems on the man and tell the man to fix it. And it gets to a point to where they don't even want to have to tell the man to fix it. They just want that man to see it, do it, and just so I can just be smooth sailing. Great, but at that point, it begs, I have to ask the question again. How does that benefit me? And I know modern women are going to say, well, that benefits you because you're a good person, yada, yada, yada. I get it, but relationships are supposed to be beneficial for both parties. At some point in time, what am I getting out of that? Oh, my conversation is so swell or so stellar. The way that I handle myself is so swell and so stellar that's what you get. You're lonely. You need a friend. Well, I mean, so do you. You need a friend as well. So we cancel each other out. I'm putting forth work and sacrifice in this relationship. What do? Well, once again, I think, and it's what modern women really think, I think my energy and my aura is a lot better than yours. No, we're not going with that. At some point in time, you're going to have to start putting forth the effort, the same effort that you expect your man to.
Listen, women, if his best isn't good enough for you, please leave that man alone. Okay? He's not a bad guy. You're not asking for too much, but staying while quietly resenting him for not being able to meet your expectations is not fair to either of you, right? A lot of people think the kinder thing to do is to stay because they can see the effort, or because they can see the intention, or because they know that person cares, so they convince themselves to make it work. But what often happens instead is resentment, because every time that person falls short of what you need, of course you're going to feel disappointed. And every time they feel that disappointment from you, they start to feel like they're failing you. And so that nobody deserves to feel like the person they love is constantly disappointed in who they are. So living with the feeling that you're always falling short for someone you care about, I think is its own kind of heartbreak. Here's the part they don't want to tell you, but I will. You will start editing your expectations down just to keep the peace. And they will start feeling pressure just to keep you from leaving. So now one person is unfulfilled and the other person feels inadequate, and neither of you is actually being met where you are, right? This is not a relationship that is growing. This is two people slowly shrinking inside of it, right? Compatibility isn't just about effort. It's about whether what one person needs and what the other person can give actually meet somewhere in the middle. And when they don't, you have a choice, right? You can stay and slowly resent them for their limits, or you can be honest about the mismatch, because appreciating someone's effort doesn't mean you owe them a relationship. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for both people is to accept that their best and your needs don't live in the same house, because someone's best shouldn't have to live under constant disappointment.
Unhinged things women don't understand about men, part 1. My guy, if you could leave in the comments whether or not this resonates, we would highly appreciate it. And ladies, if you have made these mistakes or assumptions, feel free to also leave that in the comments below. And there is no shame, because trust me, I have made every single one. It's exactly how I've learned what I've learned, and that's exactly why we're here. Thing number 1, men like to win. They like to feel like they are winning in their life, whether this is in their jobs, in their athletics, in their body, or in their relationship. They like to feel like they've won. This is why men love gaming. This is why they love sports. Men are biologically primed to be competitive, and we love them for it. And if they feel like they are always losing with you, or they are always losing in a relationship with you, they're probably not going to be that motivated to show up the same way. If you are constantly berating him, nagging him, and criticizing him, he's not going to feel like he's won anything, and he's probably going to lose interest or disengage until the tension dissipates. The second thing to know about men, and this is kind of a deviation from the first, in order to win a game, the men have to know the rules and roughly how to win at the game. Yes, my dear, feel free to be mysterious. However, if you are impossible to figure out in any capacity and never express appreciation or joy or pleasure from the things that he does do for you, he's going to feel like it's an impossible game to win, and he's probably going to want to start playing other games. Whether that means he is interested in dating other women, or it just means that he's going to focus all of his energy and attention on areas in his life where he does feel like he can win. Which brings me to the point that a good masculine man does not want you to be the good girl. He doesn't want you to give yourself up completely for him. We as women have been trained that that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be easy and convenient and available. No. You should make it clear the things that you value and the things that you want, not in a way that forces him into feeling like he has to do it for you, but in a way that gives him the opportunity to step up, knowing that when he is successful, he will win your appreciation. This has been part 1. Let me know if you guys want more.
I feel the need to share this with someone, with one of you girlies for sure if you date men, because if a man steps away, it's not always rejection. It may feel like that to you, but more times than not, you have been a mirror in their life for however long they got to know you for, and it reflected back where he's lacking. It's self-awareness on his part. And sometimes some men don't know how to communicate that. Some people realize that their life isn't aligned, that their emotions aren't regulated, or they're simply not ready to show up the way that they should and that you deserve. And so instead of pulling you into their mess, they create distance because they know they're not ready for a gem like you. And if as a woman, you're not aware of these things, you may think of it as rejection. You may feel like you're lacking, when in reality, it's not that you're lacking. You were simply a mirror to their life, a reflection that brought awareness to theirs. And honestly, the best thing a man can do when they're not ready for a woman like you is to step away. They're doing you a favor. When a man truly respects the woman that you are and they know they're not up to par, they're not going to drag you through it. And I know that sometimes that hurts because you're like, well, I really like you and I would really like this to work out, or we could really figure it out. But what you're not seeing and what you don't know could be the one thing that saves you. Now, that doesn't mean that you wait. It means that you listen, even if there's no closure, because the distance is closure on its own. Clarity always comes before alignment. Listen to it and move on.
You are destroying your life and everything you done built by chasing after that and obsessing after a woman who don't want to be with you no more. And I know this because I done it myself. A couple years ago, I was in a relationship with a woman. I was at the top of the world. I had a good business going for myself. I had started making 5 figures a month. I was man up until the relationship ended, and it forced me in the same position that a lot of you guys is in right now. I I was begging, I was pleading, I was asking her 100 million questions on why she don't want to be with me no more, why did the relationship go left. She kept giving me the answers when the simple reason was she just didn't want to be with me no more because she thought that she can go out there and find better. So what did I do? Obsess, chase, couldn't let go, was making fake pages, was trying to see what the she was doing, and I was so concerned what she was doing that my went from $10,000 to $15,000 a month all the way down to zero in a very short time because I couldn't focus on what I was doing and I was watching her live her best life. She going out there having fun, doing living her life, becoming a better person, and I sat there stuck as worrying about what she was doing when I should have been worrying about myself. And I don't want you guys to make that same mistake, fellas. Don't let this breakup, don't let this divorce, don't let a woman not wanting to be with you no more destroy everything that you don't worked hard on, everything you don't worked hard for, fellas. Don't be like I was. Don't be a soft, sick fucker begging, pleading, and chasing after somebody who keeps showing you that they feel as though they can have a better life without you in it, fellas. Have some self-respect for yourself and do not destroy everything that you don't worked hard for.
Women over 50 won't admit this, but here's the real truth. Yeah, we can go out, we have fun, we travel, we go out with the girls, we go to yoga, some of you are playing pickleball, tennis, we have great lives, we pay our own bills, we afford our own homes. But at the end of the day, when you come home late at night to an empty house, or maybe even your dog, it's lonely. And I know because it hit me hard. I went to Mexico, a women's retreat. I came home filled with love, connection, gratitude, embodiment, empowerment. When I walked in that door and it was dark, and yeah, my dog was there and I love him so much, but it was lonely. And then I slipped and fell in the bathroom and I was all alone and I was scared.
Yeah, it get lonely. Ladies, a lot of women, I've heard a lot of women say that, man, hey, you know, I'm done with this independent mess. I'm just ready for a guy. I'm ready for a man. I'm ready for marriage. If they don't want marriage, they at least want companion. But I think everybody want companion, man. Everybody. That goes man and woman, man. Men and women. Everybody wants somebody that they can call, come over. You might not want to deal with them every day. You might not. But when you want somebody there in the house with you, you just do, man. So I see what she was saying. You know, it get lonely sometimes. You got your little dog, you got your fish or cat or whatever most people got, but ain't nothing like having that human to human interaction, man. And especially this time, she said she fell and the dog couldn't help up, so she was there by herself. So let's get into the next one.
I love my woman, but I love me more. A lot of you guys ask me, Coach Ken, what would you do if your woman didn't want to be with you no more? What would you do if your girl cheated on you? What would you do if she decided she wanted another man or whatever it may be? I will be hurt as a yep, Coach Ken gonna come out and say it. A lot of these people ain't gonna get online and tell the truth. I'll be hurt, I'll be sick, I'll probably shed a tear, I'll be sad, I'll be depressed, I'll be in a bed jerking off, eating ice cream and all 48 to 72 hours. Once that time is over, I'm gonna get up, build my business, serve you guys, create my content, and create a better version of myself or another better version of myself. I love my woman. I don't want to leave my woman. I don't plan on breaking up with her. I want us to be together forever until death do us part and all that one. But I love me more. I'm no bigger than my program. I'm no bigger than my rules. She's no bigger than the program. She's no bigger than the rules that I set for myself. So fellas, a lot of you guys misconstrued and think that because a woman leaves you or because you love a woman that you're not supposed to hurt. It's normal to feel those emotions. It's normal to all it, but never allow yourself to beg, plead, and be at the mercy of who no longer sees the value in you and they don't want to be with you no more. So I will be hurt, I will be sick, but I would never beg, I would never plead, and I would never allow myself to get down in the dumps and in the dirt and ruin my life, ruin everything I done built, all because a person doesn't want to be with me no more. Why? Because I love myself. I have some value in myself. I'm working on myself. I'm working on becoming a better person, but then also I'm giving a big part of me and I'm invested into the relationship. So if she no longer wants that, she no longer sees that, then I know there's plenty of other women that would love to be with a man like me. You guys need to build that and see that within yourself.
And you know, a funny thing is that modern women will say, well, I just expect a man to pay. And then they'll say, well, you know, whoever invites who out, that's who needs to pay. So if a woman invites a man out, then she needs to pay. Okay, that seems fair, but they're not really going to invite a man out. And when they do, and this is why guys are kind of starting to walk away, modern women will go out there and invite a man out, and it would be somewhere it's like really expensive, and the guy will come there and he'll be like, man, it's kind of expensive. Why? I mean, I guess we're, at the very least, I guess we're splitting it. But unbeknownst to him, and men start paying attention to this later on, unbeknownst to him, I invited you out here because I actually want to try this place out, and I want you as the man to pay. I want you as the man to pay. And he was like, huh? And so, and this is what modern women try to get away with. The man will, I didn't know I was paying. I didn't have money for this. They're expecting you to just suck it up and be a gentleman. Well, I'm a lady, you're a man, but we don't even date. We're not even romantically involved like that. Well, yeah, I know, but you know, you're still a man, and men just do certain things. And so at that point in time, and she don't really realize it, and a lot of modern women don't really care because they're just in it for themselves. But you just lost a friend clowning and putting people out. And men are not the only people that modern women do this to. Modern women will actually do this on their birthday. They'll go to multiple dinners, invite people, multiple dinners. I said that. I'll repeat it again. They'll go to multiple dinners, invite people, and expect people to cover the bill. Well, it's my birthday, and it's okay. Well, you know, I guess I'll get you on your birthday. But what they'll do is they'll invite people to an expensive restaurant, and then they'll go crazy ordering whatever it is that they want to order and expect the table to just figure it out. And then when the table's like, no, I'm not going to be, I love you, but I'm not doing this. Oh, you really don't like me. And now we got to go subtweeting. Now we got to go sub posting and throwing subliminal shots online. Oh, you know, I know who my real friends are. And now she got to go post a thirst trap. Post a thirst trap online. Post a thirst trap online with the caption, God got me. You know, some type of stupid scripture that ain't got nothing to do with her in a video with her behind jiggling and her chest all out. What she really doing is fishing for another roster, fishing for new friends. And she want them quick. That's why I gotta post myself half naked, because it's my birthday week and my birthday's coming up, and I'm looking for a sucker to come up here and pay for me. Modern women do that stuff, man.